Welcome to this deep dive into the mind of a Sigma male, the man who walks alone, not because he wants to escape people, but because he often feels like he doesn't belong. Sigma males don't fit into society's usual boxes. They're not followers, they're not loud leaders either. They move differently, think deeper, and live in a world within themselves. But with this individuality comes a cost, a deep sense of disconnection from the outside world. In this video, we'll explore the real reasons why Sigma males often feel emotionally, socially, and mentally disconnected from the world around them. Let's begin. 1. They see the world through a different lens. The first and biggest reason Sigma males feel disconnected is because they simply see the world differently. While most people are focused on fitting in, following trends, and pleasing others, Sigma males are trying to understand everything from the inside out. They don't just look at what people do, they think about why they do it. They question what others accept. They dig deeper into human behavior, social dynamics, and even their own emotions. And this different perspective often separates them from the crowd. It's like watching a movie that everyone else is acting in, but you're sitting in the back row, analyzing the plot, the motives, the flaws in the script. That kind of thinking creates a natural barrier. Even when they're physically present, their mind is often somewhere else, observing, calculating, or just quietly reflecting. And that quiet reflection often makes them feel like strangers in their own environment. 2. They can't connect with shallow conversations. For Sigma males, the most draining thing isn't work or stress, it's shallow interactions. They can't stand conversations that go nowhere. Small talk, gossip, fake laughter, it all feels pointless to them. While others may bond over surface-level topics, the Sigma is sitting there wondering, is this really all there is? He wants depth. He wants meaning. He wants to talk about life, purpose, emotions, pain, growth, not just the weather or who said what on social media. And because most people aren't comfortable going that deep, he's often left feeling like an outsider. Not because he's antisocial, but because he simply doesn't know how to pretend he cares about things he truly doesn't. That inability to fake connection makes him appear cold or distant, but in reality, he's just waiting for something real to show up in the conversation. 3. They don't belong to any social group. While most people find their identity in groups, friends, clubs, communities, even labels, Sigma males float between spaces without ever fully belonging. They can get along with all kinds of people, but they rarely feel part of any group. They're not the leader of the pack, and they're not the follower either. They're the observer. The wanderer. The one who's present, but separate. This sense of not belonging anywhere, not fully, creates an emotional distance that can feel like isolation. Even if they're liked or respected, the Sigma male often carries this feeling of I'm not really one of them. And that quiet gap, that subtle lack of belonging, builds over time. It turns into a way of life, where they get used to being around people, but rarely with them. 4. They're always in their own head. Sigma males spend most of their time inside their minds, not because they're trying to escape, but because that's where they feel most at home. They're always thinking, analyzing, replaying moments, and planning the next move. Their internal world is rich, complex, and sometimes overwhelming. But it's also incredibly private. Most people don't see what's going on inside. And because the Sigma spends so much time thinking, he often feels detached from the present moment. He could be at a party, at dinner, or in a meeting, and still feel alone, because his mind is somewhere else. This constant thinking creates a quiet disconnection from the external world. It's not that he's ignoring people, it's just that the inner dialogue never stops. And when your mind is always that loud, the outside world starts to feel muted. 5. They find it hard to trust easily. Sigma males don't let people in easily. They've often been let down, misunderstood, or taken for granted in the past, and they've learned to be careful. They don't open up to just anyone. Trust, for them, is something that's earned slowly, quietly, and often without words. Because of this guarded nature, people sometimes think Sigmas are cold or emotionally unavailable. But that's not the truth. They do feel deeply, they just protect those feelings fiercely. This habit of keeping their emotional world locked away creates distance. Not just with strangers, but sometimes even with people close to them. And over time, that emotional caution becomes a kind of armor. It protects them, but it also isolates them. 6. They don't need constant social interaction. Most people crave interaction. They need group chats, phone calls, parties, attention, something to remind them they matter. Sigma males are the opposite. They find peace in solitude. They enjoy their own company. They're not afraid to go hours, even days, without talking to anyone. And while this independence is powerful, it also adds to the sense of disconnection. Because when you don't need others, people assume you don't want them. That's not always true. Sigma males appreciate genuine connection. But they don't chase it, and they don't depend on it. This low social need makes them hard to reach, emotionally and physically. And over time, it creates a lifestyle where disconnection isn't just a feeling, it becomes a routine. 7. They struggle with forced social norms. Sigma males are allergic to fake rules. Dress like this. Speak like that. Smile even if you're angry. Pretend to like people. Do what's expected. All of these unwritten social codes feel fake and unnecessary to a Sigma. He wants to be real. He wants to be honest. And that honesty often clashes with a world that's built on appearance. So instead of playing the game, he steps back. He avoids environments where he has to pretend. But in doing that, he separates himself from much of society, school systems, office culture, even family dynamics. It's not rebellion. It's resistance to being something he's not. But this resistance comes with a price. It deepens the divide between him and the world that insists on playing pretend. 8. They're misunderstood more often than not. People often misunderstand Sigma males. Their silence is seen as arrogance. Their independence is mistaken for loneliness. Their calmness is read as indifference. And that misunderstanding hurts more than most people realize. Because deep down, Sigma males want to be understood, they just don't know how to explain themselves in a world that rarely listens deeply. So they stay quiet. They let people assume. And every assumption adds another layer of distance. Over time, they stop trying to be understood. They stop explaining. They just keep walking their own path. But that silence, that constant being misread, becomes another brick in the wall between them and everyone else. Thank you for watching. If you found this video insightful, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more content on Sigma males and personal development.